Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in the Stranger Things update for Dead by Daylight, grabbing the Adept Demogorgon achievement. This is to get a merciless killer rating with the Demogorgon only using its 3 unique perks. This achievement is going to be done from the killer side. You are going to need to have the Demogorgon, so either buy it from the in-game store or you can buy it as part of the Stranger Things DLC pack. You are also going to need to level it up to a minimum of level 10 in order to get 3 free slots. Then for the perks you are going to need, you want Surge, Mindbreaker, and finally Cruel Limits as your only perks equipped. Getting a Merciless Killer rating is going to be a little difficult, so take advantage of whatever add-ons and offerings you have. If you have any Memento Moris, I recommend taking advantage of them if you want to use them. So obviously to get the Merciless Killer rating, what you have to do is you have to do pretty well in all 4 of the major killer categories. So some basic tips you want to keep in mind when playing as the Demogorgon are going to be like this. If you spot a survivor, what you want to do is you want to make sure you sneak up on them. Make sure you use your regular attack to damage them. Then what you want to do is instead of trying to hit them again, you want to make sure you give them a good chase to build up some points in the chaser category. Try to chase them into an open area where they are running away from you in a straight line. Then what you want to do is you want to hold left trigger to channel the abyss. Make sure you hit right trigger to use your shred ability. You should pounce on them, which should close the distance. And since you already hit them and this is your second hit, you should down them. And that's going to be your main means of attack. Just as always, once you down someone, make sure you grab them and then take them to a hook as soon as you can. Another thing to keep in mind while going for a merciless killer rating is you want to try your best not to camp any of the hooks. The reason for that is if you stay around a hook that has a survivor on it, it's going to deduct points from your chaser category. So basically what you want to do is you want to make sure you try to avoid camping as much as possible. Remember, the game is going to reward you for playing more aggressively rather than just being cheap and camping. So as soon as you put someone on a hook, make sure you go away and then try to be on the hunt for the next survivor. Or you could back away to a reasonable enough distance, wait till someone comes and rescues them, and try to get the pounce on both of them. If you are ever in a situation where you run into a group of survivors, try to prioritize whichever survivor has the most sacrifices on them already. The reason for that is you want to try to kill off survivors as quick as you can. That way you have less to deal with on the map. So if you find yourself chasing a group, make sure you prioritize whoever has the most sacrifices on them already, and you want to commit your chase to that player. Make sure you try to take them out as soon as possible, and then once you get enough sacrifices on them, you are slowly going to start eliminating people from the game, and then hopefully you could do this in a timely manner where people aren't fixing all of the generators too early. Try to keep as many players in the damage state as long as you can. The reason for that is you are always able to down them with a shred if they are damaged already, so make sure everyone has at least one hit on them, and if everyone's damaged, they are more likely than not going to cluster up to try to heal one another, so that is going to allow you to run more group chases where you could split the group off and then focus on whoever has the most sacrifices on them already. Of course, there are time savers like Memento Moris that can help out a ton, but other than that, you just want to stick to your basic Dead by Daylight killer strategies, and then hopefully you should be able to get a game where you do well enough to get the Merciless Killer. Merciless Killer ratings generally come from games where you do sacrifice all 4 survivors. Keep in mind you don't want to try to end games too early because that's going to probably be a detriment to your chaser rating. So if you do find yourself in a situation where you steamroll the other team super early, try your best to leave a few survivors around so you can at least chase them around for a bit to build your chaser rating up, because you do need to perform well in all 4 categories. You just can't have a game where you steamroll the other team and then have that count as a merciless. So hopefully these few tips can help you be an effective Demogorgon user, and after a while you should be able to get a game where you should be able to get the Merciless rating. Again, just like most of the achievements in this game, it is going to be a little luck dependent. You are going to want to play against a team that has trouble working together, and you are going to have to get pretty lucky on when and where to use your consumables, but hopefully sooner rather than later you get a game where all the conditions are right and you are able to nab the Merciless, or you can actually be good at the game and then try to win through your skill. Doesn't really matter. As long as you get the Merciless rating at the end of the day, you should be good for your achievement. So here is us taking the game with Demogorgon with all 4 survivors sacrifice. Once you manage to get to the results screen, if you performed well in all 4 categories, you should get the Merciless Killer rating. You can check how well you performed in all 4 categories by hitting right bumper once on the results screen. It should be the second page of the results. And basically, this is going to give you a breakdown on what you need to improve or not. But once you manage to get that Merciless Killer rating, you should be good for the achievement. There it is, 20 gamer score for this one. And that's all there is to it.